The Kremlin on Wednesday said that Russia will not meddle in November's U.S. presidential election and dismissed American findings that Moscow orchestrated campaigns to sway both the 2016 and 2020 U.S. presidential elections. President Vladimir Putin, Russia's paramount leader since the last day of 1999, has dropped a series of ironic remarks about the U.S. election, saying that he finds U.S. President Joe Biden preferable as the next U.S. president to Donald Trump. "We never interfered in elections in the United States," Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said in a lecture to students on stereotypes about Russia, occasionally slipping into English. "And this time, we do not intend to interfere. We do not dictate to anyone how to live, but we don't want others to dictate to us," Mr. Peskov said. Mr. Peskov said any attempt from abroad to interfere in Russia's presidential election later in March would be prevented. Russia, he said, did not care about Western criticism of the vote, which Mr. Putin, barring an unexpected development, is certain to win. A 2019 report by U.S. Special Counsel Robert Mueller found that Russia had interfered in the 2016 presidential election in sweeping and systematic fashion, while U.S. intelligence believes Russia interfered in the 2020 election. In 2021, the U.S. Office of the Director of National Intelligence released a report saying that Mr. Putin had authorized a range of influence operations aimed at denigrating Mr. Biden's candidacy and supporting Mr. Trump while undermining public confidence. The U.S. also last year released an intelligence assessment that found Moscow was using spies, social media, and Russian state-run media to erode public faith in the integrity of democratic elections worldwide. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. is the 46th President of the United States, assuming office on January 20, 2021. Biden was born on November 20, 1942, in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and grew up in Delaware. Prior to becoming president, he had a long career in politics. After graduating from college and serving in the United States Navy, Biden began his political career in the 1970s. He represented the state of Delaware in the Senate from 1973 to 2009, becoming one of the longest-serving senators in U.S. history. Throughout his Senate career, Biden held numerous important positions, including chairman of the Judiciary Committee and vice chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. In 2009, he became the vice president of the United States under President Barack Obama and served in that capacity for 2 terms from 2009 to 2017. In 2020, Joe Biden became the Democratic Party's nominee and subsequently won the presidential election against incumbent President Donald Trump. He assumed the presidency at a time when the country was facing multiple internal and external challenges, including the COVID-19 pandemic, economic crisis, and internal political tensions. President Biden's agenda for his term includes commitments to tackling the pandemic, economic recovery, addressing climate change, improving health care, strengthening civil rights, and creating a new infrastructure foundation.